Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 35 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Ovalo Juarez in Mexico for the running of the Peak 400. And this continues World Tour 35 here at this very unique oval up down south in Mexico. And last season we had our first race at this track. It was a real big success, because this Cup Series had not run in Mexico in a very long time. So now they're back for a second straight season in this very unique track with a really unusual oval layout. And they're going back to counterclockwise, by the way, just like regular ovals do here in NASCAR. And but this time, though, it's like 20,000, well, a lot of miles above sea level. I forgot how many exactly were above sea level right now, but it's going to be a very, very huge, it's going to be a big challenge for these oval cars to go above sea level that high and run in an oval race. So prepare yourselves for an awesome race coming up here south of the border. Anyway, on the pole for this race will be the 9 of John Andrews. He won last weekend at Calder Park in Australia to kick off World Tour 35. So now he looks to go for 2 here in Mexico. And speaking of 2, car number 2 starts on the front row in position number 2. That's Billy Bishop in that machine on the front row alongside Andrews. James Richardson starts in row 3 along with Dylan Kroom. In row 3 is Philip Goldberg and Zachary DeLello. Row 4 with Donovan Duthit and Giovanni Castillo running in very fitting colors for this race, with Tassel sponsoring him for the World Tour. And Cassandra Kirker and Brianna Russell round out your top 10 in the starting lineup. And now let's take you to the command. It's going to be a fun weekend around this track. 32 laps. The stage ends will be at laps 8, 16, and of course the final stage, the run to the checkered flag, goes to 32. Here we go. Green flag is out. The Peak 400 is underway. Sorry about the real bad lag here. I'm not sure why it's really lagging bad. Yeah, I am not really sure why it's lagging bad right now, so my apologies. I've never had that happen before in the other races, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Anyway, John Andrews with a good start as he pulls off to the lead. Richardson's up to second position, and Goldberg's up to third position. By the way, one more win. He actually, well, right now, Andrews has as many wins as Goldberg, so how fitting that these drivers are now going to be running in 1-2 as Goldberg just took second. So, I did mention that John Andrews now has as many wins as Philip Goldberg with 11, I believe, and now these two are battling for the win again. So, very coincidental that these two are actually battling it out with the exact same number of wins in the Cup Series. I'm sure Goldberg would really want to pass the 9 car and overtake him in wins again, so that'll be fun. I'm sure James Richardson, though, has more wins than those two, by the way, so yeah. Here comes Cassandra Kirker. This is for the 4th position, and she'll get there. Gets the 4th spot away from Donovan Duthit, and now Lopez looks to get the 5th spot away from the 43. Couple battles, great battles going on for the top 5 in the back. The lead, though, not much, but I'm sure it'll turn around. Here comes DeLello in a battle for position, and here comes Lopez, going to gain another spot. This is for 4th place. He's going to get it. Lopez in 4th. And there's Richardson. Oh, look at Lopez go way down there. He got a great run on that corner. He's really trying to catch the pack. Richardson trying to block him. Oh wow, they're really close now. Lopez trying to make the move. Could be a great time to make a move here on this unique layout in the turn. And Lopez is up to third place. So Lopez moves up to third. A great move on the 96 in his part. Up to third. Last lap in stage 1. Will Andrews hold off Goldberg? Looks like he might. Oh, wait a minute. Look at Goldberg. Looks low. Down on the low line. Andrews will take stage 1, but I think stage 2, though, the 11 car wants it. Still on the bottom lane, trying to get a great run, a draft. Still can't quite pull off against the 9. Ooh, 9 was up high. 11 still trying to fight back. Gets a run on the bottom, and here he comes for the lead. Goldberg still battling with Andrews, and he's got him in turn 2. So new leader is Philip Goldberg. As Goldberg and Andrews, I mentioned earlier, they both have equal number of wins in the Cup Series, so very fitting these two run together 1-2. Goldberg still wants to be ahead of the 9 in wins. Lopez is also becoming a factor now. Here he comes for second place. Everyone's looking out for Anthony Lopez. Already has 2 wins this season. Might try to make it a third here in Mexico. Boy, Lopez's team, he's trying to give them their 3rd win of the year. Of the season, I should say. 3rd win of the season would be impressive. During the World Tour, it'd make Lopez a championship favorite. Lopez, this might be one of his best seasons yet. But he's got to get that lead. Still trying to run up on the low line. Trying everything he can to get that 11 car. Look at the run he's got. Above sea level right now. Look at the track and you see how unique this layout is. As you can see, Lopez is going for the lead right here, right now. And here he comes, and there he goes. What a move to the front. Lopez is leading the race. 96 car is out in front right now, passes the Goldberg 11. He again 2 wins and looks for a 3rd this season. Only 16 drivers locked themselves in the playoffs right now, so we got like the minimum for playoff field for now, but anything can happen in the next 4 races in the World Tour. Especially next weekend's race in Canada in Canadian Tire. They'll be back to road course racing with that one. The next 2 are going to be at road courses and of course, next 2 World Tour races are road courses. They're in Canadian Tire Motorsport Park and Bikerneki in Latvia. Stage 2 is about to come to an end. It looks like Lopez is going to take Stage 2. And now 16 laps to go. Hopes to continue to lead until the end of the race. And now Sharona Evans just took 4th from James Richardson. So Evans into 4th, and now look at Joshua Sakulli trying to take 5th spot away from Richardson. And he does take the 5th spot away. So now in the top 5, Sharona Evans and Joshua Sakulli. I think Ezekiel Hines would want to take a piece of that. And there is 42 Chandler Caudell. Here comes Hines. 6 trying to put a block on the 88. But the 88's going to get by the 6 anyway in that corner. No caution so far at Ovaldo Juarez, which I'm surprised. Kind of thought it would be we'd see a wreck or 2 here at this track, but clean racing, pretty rare nowadays, and they're taking this to the advantage. Andrews decides to come to pit road. This might be a time for pit stops. John Andrews handful of cars are pitting. They're going to pit early. Andrews might be thinking up of something. And now looks like 96. I don't know if he's pitting now. It looks like he will be pitting right now. And he'll be joined by other drivers. The rest of the field, I should say, are pitting. Oh, Donovan Duthin, what is he doing? He nearly missed the pit entrance. Looked like he thought about pitting and then decided at the last moment to pit. Wow. Close call there. That could have been disastrous. One car is stayed out, and that's Benjamin Miles. Miles trying to stretch it as far as he could go. He's the last car not to pit, and now he comes to pit road, takes his pit stops. Andrews out first. Guess what? Alexander Rowe just is second off pit road. How about that? He just went for it. He took a chance. Took a gamble and decided to go with it. And then Lopez is out next after these guys. Looks like John Andrews is going to be your leader. If he can catch up to the rest of the pack, I'm not sure if he will, but right now the 14, oh, the 14 is ruled as the leader. I'm sorry, 14's ruled as the leader. Looks like the strategy didn't work out for Andrews because he's second behind Lopez, and there you go, that's the battle for the lead. Lopez is out in front. As Miles comes to pit road, knowing that he's probably not going to win this race now, but he did try to stretch that field as far as he could go. Probably not the best strategy for him to be the last driver to pit, but yeah, he wanted to try something out. That was like a desperation move there. And Lopez looks like he's going to put Vargas a lap down. And so is Castillo. Now lap traffic is starting to play a factor here in this race. John Andrews in the second, and third place, Philip Goldberg far behind. Lead is under a second for Lopez, but no lap traffic ahead of him. Only Sebastian Kukulon right now. But if Vargas passes by Lopez, might be a little trouble in the final couple laps. Unless if a caution comes out, then it would be really something. John Andrews really trying to do everything he can to get through Lopez. There's still time though with 7 laps to go. Lopez has got a little bit more breathing room over the 9 as the lead is now up to a second. Lopez probably not being so aggressive so that he doesn't get too close to Sebastian Kukulon in the 3 car, so that Andrews would take a chance and probably gain up on the 96. And for the 9, the lap cars are actually hurting him a little bit because he's not getting that clean air to work his way up to the front. Only 5 more laps around here at Calder Park. You never know what happens here, so if there's a caution, things might go topsy-turvy. Oh man, Russell contact with the 9 almost. Definitely not what they needed. That's obviously not what they needed here, and now it looks like the 9 car is getting passed by the 10. Double zeros passed by the 96. The 9 car holds off the 10, but it might slow him down a little bit. Trying desperately to block the 10 and get the draft and hopes to gain ground. It looks like it's not happening though. Whoa, he's loose. And now Goldberg is closing in on the 9 for second place. Look at the run by Goldberg in that for the second spot. Here he comes for second. In the grass, trying to get the run on the bottom lane. He gets there. How about Goldberg gaining on the 9 car's mistake and able to take second away. 2 laps to go. Caution-free race will probably finish this, but Anthony Lopez, he just wants to see the white flag. And here he comes. Anthony Lopez gonna take the white flag next time by with one more lap around. This season has almost all been about him, as he had 2 wins earlier this season. He's about to add a 3rd win. Lopez, that 96 team has worked magic, and now they're going to win for the 3rd time in season 35. Here comes Anthony Lopez coming off the final turn to win the Pink 400 in Ovalo Juarez in Mexico City. Anthony Lopez, his 3rd win of the season. It comes here in Mexico City in Ovalo Juarez. Incredible run for that team, and they're going to continue running through the World Tour. 3rd win of the season for Lopez, and he does it here in Mexico City. Here are the results from the race. As you see, only 30 cars finished on the lead lap, but no cars were out of the race because there was not a single caution this entire race. Probably much needed to have a caution-free race for all these guys, but it was a great race overall in Ovalo Juarez. It was always fun to see these cars running here in Mexico. Anyway, Lopez wins in Mexico, and before we get to our next race, yes, I am going to update here. Right here, right now. Let me see. Yeah, just give me 1 second. There you go. Well, Anthony Lopez has now won in Mexico. And guess what? I just realized that his very first Cup win came in Season 15 at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Yeah. His other wins came in Bajkarneki, Latvia, and Veltins Arena in Germany. 349, the other Canada track. Venray in the Netherlands, and another win at 349 there. And in America, he has won a couple races in the United States. So, if I'm not mistaken, this, I believe, is the 6th different country Anthony Lopez has won a Pokemon Cup race in his career. 6 countries he's won in. He's won in Canada, Mexico, Germany, when we were in the Veltins Arena, Latvia, the United States, of course, a handful of them came in the United States. And Venray in Season 21, that was in Germany, and that was in the Netherlands. That's 6 countries he's won in for Lopez. Very impressive record, and he's obviously one of the best World Tour drivers in the league. His 15th career win now ties him with O'Neal Balvin and Grayson Acevedo in the winners list. One more win would actually tie him with James Richardson and 2 greats, Ryan Acosta and Dylan Young. And Acosta, by the way, is running the Truck Series this season. He still needs 2 more wins, though, to tie Zachary Fitzwater, though. I believe he's the highest active winning driver in the series, excluding Pichu. So anyway, hope you enjoyed Mexico. It was a lot of fun. And next weekend, we're going to Canada. Canadian Tire Motorsport Park will be where the Cup and Truck Series will run next weekend. The National Series will make its surprising return to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. That's going to be a really, really, really fun race there to kick off Canada's triple weekend. So you don't want to miss that either. Anyway, we'll see you guys next weekend at Canada.